There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the stare down and a few words exchanged. The last...
that Roach may be the most skillful fighter you have fought in your career. Do you agree with that assessment, and how would you rate Roach's skills?
I agree. I totally agree. He got good skills. That's why he's here. You know what I mean?
The world of boxing is getting more heated with violent face-offs, and the latest is that of Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, which ended up in a head. But from Gervonta Davis, it was the best way to begin the build-up for the rematch, as the fans at the press conference could feel the intensity of the fight and animosity between the two fighters. I'm going to damage him badly, I'll ruin him, and make a mess of him completely.
I don't really care too much about the outside critics. I know what I could do in the ring, and that's the only thing that matters, honestly, is that I go out and give it my all and perform, and most likely, 9 times out of 10 when I do that, I'll be victorious.
The two fighters carried their social media feud to the conference and began throwing words carelessly from the start, and there was no doubt that Gervonta Davis got provoked. He had taken inspiration from the other big fight, causing a buzz in the world of boxing, and then went head-to-head. But his opponent, as they faced off, it was a move that caused hell to break loose, as Lamont Roach wasn't willing to let go without revenge.
I take that compliment very well, and it lets me know that he is 100% focused, and that he's gonna bring his A game. You know, that's what's all a part of this. Is gonna make it a great fight. That's what a lot of people are missing. That's what, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't get. So that's the thing right there. Like he's attentive, he's aware, and he knows that, and that's part of the, you know, that's what got him.
The security men pulled him apart, and the pair didn't come close until they exited the arena, but before then they had gone through rounds of violent exchange of words, beginning from the moment Tank got the microphone. Lamont Roach was the first to speak, and all he did was to sound confident of his abilities ahead of the rematch, promising Gervonta Davis the first defeat of his career.
And when I do show up, I show out, for sure. That belt coming out. Hopefully he bring his too, with that belt coming out. You know, I'd like to thank Al Heyman, PBC, Tom Brown, and I'd like to thank Tank himself. You know what I'm saying? He, cash cow, head honcho, gave me the opportunity. That's Boogie.
I promise him a worse night than the first fight. It will get very messy, and there won't be any judge or referee doing him the favors. I'll have my hands raised. No doubts this closing statement from Lamont Roach hurt Tank and his team, and they couldn't wait until it was Tank's turn to speak. Tank fired warnings at Lamont, reminding him that whatever he saw in the first night was him being lucky, and he wouldn't have such a chance again. The tension between them has been palpable, culminating in a series of heated exchanges and physical altercations.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside.
During the press conference, Davis also threatened Roach backstage, stating, "I'm coming for you again. This time there's no running, no excuses. I'm going to prove who the real champ is." Roach, however, remained calm and confident, refusing to back down from the challenge. One of the most outspoken voices in Gervonta Davis's team was Leonard Ellerbe, and when he spoke shortly before Lamont Roach, he kept emphasizing that Tank had issues to deal with, and so it was as good as Lamont fought a disturbed Tank.
We gonna see. He's gonna let you know. There are a few things on the table. So we'll see what happens.
In your opinion, does Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson ever happen?
Of course. Why not? Why
I feel
not?
like that's the fight the world want to see.
Shakur did an interview with...
I take nothing from Lamont, but the Tank in March wasn't the raw Tank that was a disturbed Tank. It was that period he needed us around him, but we were too busy, and that's what's bitten us in the foot now. So this isn't just the second coming of Tank, this is all of us coming back in unity. I doubt Lamont can hear the bell when he feels the heat. As a result, much of Lamont Roach's response tackled Leonard Ellerbe.
Do you go into a press conference like, I'm trying to make a movie, or I'm trying to match energy? Like, what's your approach to a press conference?
Shit, I be chilling. Like, how we all right now, you hear me? Like, I be in my element,
9 times out of 10, I'm thinking about the fight and what I'm going to do. But you always got to be.
As for Gervonta Davis, when it was time to speak, he wore an unusual countenance of seriousness. He clearly means business this time. He seems to have learned from his mistakes, and he looks too focused to avoid a repeat. Thank you everyone for believing in me again. I've grown, and I've learned I know what it means to be down there, but trust me, it's going to be different on August 16th. I'm unleashing that beast that's locked inside of me once and for all.
I rule the weekend. I rule the weekend for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come off the fridge, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Many feel Gervonta Davis is the only one coming into this fight with the fuel of revenge. After all, he was the favorite, and he had barely gone the distance throughout his career, except for just 2 instances. Hence, boxing fans see Gervonta Davis as the fighter coming with revenge, seeing that Lamont Roach tarnished his record.
Great talent, you know, fighting on the card Saturday night. So I just want to be here and give it my all. You know, I'm grateful and happy to be a part of this event and be able to be at this level in my career. So I want to just say thank y'all for coming out.
But the truth lies in the fact that Lamont Roach is actually the fighter that was cheated in the fight. The draw was as a result of the judges, the referee, the World Boxing Association, and the New York State Athletic Commission all joining hands to contribute to some foul play during the fight. Hence, if there's going to be revenge, it should come from Lamont Roach, who had the biggest win of his career stolen from him by a moment of carelessness from boxing's corrupt officials.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
What makes the match even more intriguing is that it possesses a gateway to a trilogy for a fighter like Gervonta Davis, who has never fought a rematch. The thought of a trilogy sounds exciting. All through his career, Gervonta Davis has been rumored to have rematches with some of his previous victims like Ryan and Pitbull. However, nothing has ever been made official until Lamont Roach came on the scene and defied the odds to a large extent. Many predict the rematch will be no different from the actual fight. Lamont Roach and Gervonta Davis have almost the same level of technical skills and ring IQ, and the big icing on the cake for Lamont Roach is his warrior chin that made him eat the best of Tank's punches like they were empty gloves thrown at him.
You know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot, and I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on.
Tank's reliance on his knockout power might do him no good in this rematch, and if at all he stands a chance, he just needs to box and find a way to win by boxing. Lamont Roach is a dog, and he isn't one that can be knocked out like others. In fact, it was Tank who got caught by Lamont Roach's hook during the fight. Lamont loves to stay in the pocket, right in the eye of the storm, which will always be a tough challenge for Tank, who is used to having fighters flee at the sight of his punches.
When you lock up, is he strong? Too small. Tell that man too small, bro. Y'all in the same weight class.
That's a new weight class for me. A new weight class for me.
That's what I'm saying. That night y'all was in the same weight class. And you still feel like you too small?
He was too small.
Dang.
You just calling a spade. No disrespect, no nothing. He was just too small. I've been in there with some big guys.
There's so much to look out for in the rematch, and the face-off is just the beginning of a battle that'll continue to build up until August, after one of the more controversial boxing matches in recent memory took place between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st. The entire boxing community was clamoring to see these two face off again so that the first fight's majority draw decision could be put in the rear view.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%. Again? It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay. Cool.
I'd love for it to be in DC.